me today is Brent. Brent, what's your role at Kordia?
I'm the Executive General Manager for the Field Solutions Business Unit. So I have 150 people located at 15 points of presence around New Zealand supporting Kordia's infrastructure.
Wow, it's a busy role.
Sure is.
Yeah. Kordia is celebrating the 60th anniversary of some of its towers. Can you tell us a little bit about them and why they were built?
Yeah, our towers are a huge part of our business, and it's something that as you drive around the country, everyone sees them up on hilltops, and I like to tell my kids that's what my team and we look after that. So back in the 1960s, early 1960s, these towers were commissioned by the New Zealand government to provide television for the whole population of New Zealand. It started with only really 4 towers in 1965, but then quickly grew over the next 10 to 15 years to 50 high sites with hundreds of infill sites. That provided coverage for TV viewership. It started off at about 10% up in Auckland, but then grew to 90% of the population here in New Zealand.
Fascinating. So what sort of services are the towers used for today?
So the towers are still extremely relevant today. The towers are built to importance level 4, which means they should be the last thing standing following a natural disaster. And here in New Zealand, we've experienced plenty of those. The first challenge for these towers was actually back in 1968 during the Waiatarua disaster that tragically happened in the Wellington Harbour. Those towers were withstanding winds of well in excess of 200 kilometres an hour. But we only need to look to recent history in Cyclone Gabrielle, and those towers were the only thing providing communication into the Hawke's Bay and then through to Gisborne. So it was this tower network that supported the communications. I've heard stories of people having to jump in their cars in the morning to listen to the radio, as that was their only form of communication during these natural disasters. The towers today still support what their initial purpose was, which was to support the television network, but also now are used for FM radio, maritime services. So we actually support, using this infrastructure, all of maritime radio, channel 16 throughout New Zealand, and also a quarter of the world's oceans across halfway between South Africa and halfway between South America, from the equator down to Antarctica. So this network, along with many other sites that we have around Australasia, support this network. There's also digital microwave radio, which is located on these sites. Digital microwave radio is like fibre in the sky and delivers connectivity into customers that don't have access to fast internet, so could still be on copper and don't have fibre. This is an alternative option and has been used for many years to provide big bandwidths into customers in awkward locations.
So with all the expertise the team's gained over the years, how do they help other organisations with their critical infrastructure?
So we've got a number of customers here in New Zealand that we use our expertise to support them. So with our rigging teams, with our technical teams, our wider engineering teams, there's a number of customers here in New Zealand that turn to Kordia when they have anything that they need to build, maintain or operate for critical infrastructure. So whether it be a satellite antenna here in New Zealand connecting to the Pacific, we look after those. Whether it be a distributed antenna system for the mobile network operators to provide coverage in challenging areas, for example, airports, hospitals, stadiums, they turn to Kordia and its expertise to roll out these solutions and operate them and maintain them. We're also doing a lot in the Pacific as well. So a number of the island nations are rolling out things like digital television, and with our expertise internally here at Kordia, we are best placed to help them roll that network out. We're also doing a number of engineering-based jobs across Australia and the wider Pacific, helping other companies like Kordia that have these lattice towers and helping them maintain them, and in some cases actually removing them. So we have the internal expertise to help these organisations, and we're renowned in the Pacific and the wider Australasia as the #1 company to come to.
Thanks, Brent, for sharing your insight into really how, Kordia is helping keep New Zealanders safe and connected. It's been a real treat to hear from you today. And we'll see you next time.